Alright, welcome back to SnowRunner, everybody. We're going to do the taste of Tinseltown just because we need these concrete slabs. So, I'm going to do that. And the metal rolls are close by to where these get dropped off. So we'll do this way. We'll just stack another one on top here and pin it with our crane. So anyway, how y'all doing? It's been a couple days, obviously, since I've played. Obviously, if you watch my videos, you know it's been a couple days since I've uploaded. But that's just kind of how things are now. With me having my full-time job and all that stuff, it's just really all I can do. I do my best to at least try to get a video up a week. You know, sometimes I'm not the best at it, and that's alright. But I do think I am kind of committing to the not playing. I don't know why I backed up like that. Just not recording expeditions anymore. I mean, I'm not saying I won't ever record it again, but honestly, I need, like I said before, I kind of need to get used to the game. It's very, I'm so used to SnowRunner that like playing expeditions with its weird control scheme that it has, and like just the extra things that they've added. And then of course, you know, it's nothing really like SnowRunner. It's really more scouting focused, which is, you know, that's why it's called expeditions. I get it. And I was expecting it to be that way. Like I've said before, I just, you know, I basically just need to follow this road. Yeah, I could literally just follow the road until we get to like this area, and then I need to go this way and then go up here. I assume we can get up that. Alright. Probably should not have gone through here, but that's fine. But it's just, you know, Expeditions is just different, and I knew it was going to be different, and it's just one of those things where, like, when with the, you know, I'm not recording as much as I used to in the past, because obviously I am working 40 plus hours a week now, but I, you know, I still want to keep getting videos uploaded and whatever, keep my channel going. I don't want to stop doing it, but since I'm not playing games, well, I am still playing games, but I'm not recording as consistently as I was. Like, I was recording almost every single night, but now I don't really do that. A lot of the times I just, you know, kind of just do my own thing at night, play a game if I want to, just kind of relax and chill out, because, you know, that's kind of what video gaming has always been for me. But because I had so much free time before, when I was really only working part-time and being a stay-at-home dad, I had a lot more time to play games. So I got to play games that I was, you know, just playing for fun for myself. And then I also had the games like, you know, SnowRunner and stuff like that I was recording. And, oh, excuse me, yawning. If you are new here, you know, my channel, like my channel banner and everything says I'm like 100% completion gamer, and like I love getting platinum trophies. That's like one of my biggest hobbies as a video game player, is, you know, getting all the trophies, and specifically 100% trophies. I don't care so much about 100% in the game statistics necessarily. I care more about the trophy list being at 100%, and that includes DLC. So if if it's a game that I really like, and I have platinumed it, and then they release DLC, I'll pay for the DLC and play the DLC, especially if it has trophies. I mean, I'll play the DLC even if it doesn't have trophies. But if it does have trophies, that's even that's a bigger push to play it, just because I want it to be back at 100%. And typically, if I platinum a game, I usually enjoy the game. I definitely do have some platinums that I kind of pushed through and not really struggled to platinum it, but just it was a game like Lawn Mowing Simulator or whatever that is. Is it Lawn Mowing Simulator? I think that's what it's called. I don't know. I had played that after I had platinumed Power Wash Simulator, because I was looking for another game that was kind of similarly satisfying. Because like mowing can be just as satisfying as power washing is. Like you cut the grass, like you can see like the cut area and the not cut area, and like you can make a yard look really, really nice by mowing. So like it's kind of the same concept. But if you haven't and you're curious, Lawn Mowing Simulator is absolutely nothing like Power Wash Simulator. It's much more tedious. It's so repetitive. You will literally just keep mowing the same yards over and over and over. There's like a rain mechanic, which really sucks, and it really bogs your mowers down. And even if it's not raining, and you can even have the most powerful mower, like the most expensive mower in the game, and it'll still like bog down sometimes when you're mowing, and you have to like go really slow or like cut at a higher height and then go back over at a lower height. It's just a pain in the ass. And then there's one trophy that you have to mow using an American lawnmower on the 4th of July. Like the game time 4th of July, because in the career mode, you mow Monday through Friday, and it goes from like March to August or something. Like it's not a full year, but it's it's like the mowing portion of the year typically. If you live in a region of the world where you only have to mow in like the spring and summer and a little bit of the fall, it's like that period of time. Like obviously you don't have to mow in the winter because there's snow and nothing really grows in the winter. So it skips that portion of the year. But the very first year of your business because like you start your own like lawn mowing business, it's kind of like Power Wash Simulator in a sense, but this you actually have to like hire employees and like all that stuff. But anyway, where was I going with that? Like it's just so very, very repetitive, and it's just not very fun. But the trophy, the very first year of your business, the 4th of July falls on a Sunday, I think. Yeah, on a Sunday. And you don't mow on Saturdays and Sundays. So you literally have to go all the way back around to get to July 4th in the second year just to get that stupid trophy. And I actually messed up, because there's a way you can like quickly like advance the day if you just pick a job and just like pick up one piece of like, because there's like a mechanic in the beginning of every mowing job where like you have to pick up you have to like basically survey the yard and pick up any objects that you don't want to mow over, like dog toys, dog poop, newspapers, and just random objects basically. And you just pick up one object and then go back to the truck and just end the job, and it'll just advance the day. Now you don't make any money doing that, so like it's really only works if you have a decent amount of money, because you have to be able to still pay your employees. But like you can send them all out on jobs and have them make money, and then you just advance the day, and you'll still make money from what their jobs are doing. You just won't make any money from the job you're doing. But anyway, I got into the habit of doing that, like picking up a piece of trash, running back to the truck, and just leaving. And literally on the 4th of July, when I was supposed to mow, I went and picked up a piece of trash and then ended the job. So I had to go all the way back around through again just for that stupid trophy. Oh, damn it, I drove past because I was talking. But yeah, so that that it sucked, but at the end of the day, I got it. But then there was DLC. And the DLC was super cheap, so I think I paid like $2 for it total. Like there was 2 DLCs and they were on sale at one point. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to buy them because I'm not going to have 100% unless I do. And the DLC trophies were really very simple. It was just a matter of doing some of the jobs and whatnot. But I don't know, dude. That game, like, it was fun at first, and it just got really monotonous and really boring and just really repetitive. So just, you know, keep an eye out for that if you're worried about that. But Power Wash Simulator is amazing, and, you know, I hope they continue to add content to it. I hope they make a sequel. Like, the game is just incredible. But anyway, yeah, so, like, that's typically what I do. I enjoy collecting trophies, so is what I do. Typically, I do have some games in my trophy list that I will never be able to platinum, just because either A, it's impossible to platinum them anymore because of servers being offline or whatever else, or B, they're just games that are really, really hard that I don't think I'll ever be able to complete, just because, you know, there's some trophies that are just really hard to obtain. Super Meat Boy is one of those. I do plan on trying to do Super Meat Boy at some point, but I don't know if I ever will. I don't think I'll ever get Binding of Isaac because I have all the DLC, so I only need like one trophy left to get the platinum, and it's just basically getting Godhead, I think. But the problem with that is that trophy has been updated over time with the DLCs, so now it requires me to complete the Lost Post-it Note, and that means everything, like literally everything. Even the new stuff, like Mother and Beast, so, like the new paths that Repentance added. So, like, you know, it's just, I don't think I'll ever get it. I have been playing some Isaac again lately just for fun, and, you know, I've had some good runs. I really do like playing as the Lost. I have Holy Mantle and everything, so it's not like I'm, you know, playing the hard Lost, like the original hard Lost. I'm playing, you know, the updated Lost with, that you can get Holy Mantle from Greed mode. So, like, the Lost starts with Holy Mantle. He starts with the Eternal D6, not the D4, like he used to. And I like playing as the Lost. I usually do pretty well. I just, you know, it's just a matter of getting a good run and being able to get to... Like, I still have to do Mega Satan, I still have to do Hush, I still have to do Delirium, I still have to do Boss Rush. I've done all the basic things. Like, I've obviously done... I forget the buttons. How do I drop this? X. But yeah, so I don't know, it's just one of those things that I just don't know that I'll ever be able to do it, because like I said, I've done, you know, all the normal bosses. I've done the negative, I've done the Polaroid. I just haven't done Hush, I haven't done Boss Rush, I haven't done Mega Satan, and then I haven't done Delirium, I haven't done Mother or Beast. So yeah, I still have a lot to do with the Lost, and I know I can do them. Oh, I still haven't done Greed mode either, so I still have to do Greedier with the Lost. But I do have a lot of the other characters complete. Like, I have a couple that are fully completed. I haven't really done any of the Tainted characters yet, which, granted, that's Repentance, so that's not as big of a deal. But yeah, but like the main trophy list that would pop the platinum, I really only have to basically, it's collect 100 all items or whatever, so that's why it's an issue. And it only matters for the Lost, so it's like that trophy will pop once I've collected all of the Lost items that I need. It doesn't include any of the other stuff, so I don't know. But then there's a lot of other games. Like, there's some racing games that I'll never be able to get just because, A, they have online trophies, and I'm not very good at online racing games. I am good at racing games, just, you know, I'm not competitive enough to be good at them, player versus player. I am currently working on Need for Speed Unbound, but from what PSN profile says, the online trophies are really easy to obtain. It's just, there's one that's kind of a pain in the butt, and that's just because you have to have 7 other racers stick through 3 whole races with you, like a series. And apparently people leave a lot, so it's kind of hard to get that trophy randomly, but it is possible. You just gotta get lucky. So hopefully I get lucky and get it. Otherwise, it's probably pretty easy to boost on PSN profiles, so not that concerned there. But yeah, that's a fun game. I did find out that there's no steering wheel support, though. If you watched my last video, and I used my wheel on SnowRunner in the last video, and I was saying how I was going to try it in Need for Speed Unbound, but it is... oh, there's only 2 metal rolls here. So where do I get other metal rolls? Do I have to make them? Yeah. Iron and steel works. That's only right down the road. Just go. But yeah, it doesn't work at all. Like nothing. Like there's absolutely no wheel support. None of the buttons work at all. It does not communicate with the wheel in any way. So I swear when I was looking at like the settings, I saw like wheel settings, but I guess I imagined that. I don't know. There is a chat wheel setting in the like settings, so maybe that's what I saw, and I thought, you know, they had wheel support, but it doesn't. It is an arcade racing game though, so in all honesty, wheels on arcade style racing games aren't really that great anyway. Wheels are really better used on simulation racing games like Gran Turismo, you know, F1, Forza, like those kind of games are really good for wheels because they're, like I said, not arcade, they're simulation. I don't know, for some, like Dirt 5, which that's one that I may try to platinum, we'll see. I think it does have some online stuff, but I don't think they're very hard, so I don't know, I'll have to look that up again, I don't remember. I was looking through my backlog, and because I would like to try to bring my percentage up a little higher, like my completion percentage, because it's at like 62%, that's kind of where it's always been. I just have a lot of games that I never completed, like from way back in the day, back when I first got my PS4. I don't really have many PS3 games on this account, just because whenever I got my PS4, I made a whole new PSN just because you couldn't change your name yet, and I wasn't a fan of my old PSN name. Just I outgrew it, and it was, you know, just, and I did have platinums on that profile, so it does kind of suck. But if I would have waited like, I don't know, 3 or 4 years longer, I could have changed my name, but that's fine. I'm not that pressed about it. It's really not a big deal. I'm assuming I have to turn on this stupid thing. I am assuming that I can make them here. I need to bring my Tega over here with the fuel tank. Oh, there's 2 generators here, which is kind of weird, but the one was here. I brought the other one, so I do know that. Okay, metal rolls. I need metal beams to make them, but this makes 2, so perfect. I don't know how long we're going to go today. I don't know that I'm going to go an hour, maybe 45 minutes. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. We'll see what we're doing. If we get caught up doing something and we're close to finishing it, we'll just finish it. But I don't know. We're going to keep an eye on the time here because I don't really know that I want to go for an hour. I kind of honestly want to play some Need for Speed and just chill. But I am off. I was off today as of recording this, and I'm off tomorrow as of recording this. So I should be able to get this video up on Friday. Friday the 5th of April is when this should be live at 3 o'clock. That's the plan, at least. Usually if I say that I'm going to do that and I don't, it's just because I didn't end up doing it that night. Like, I'll try to render this out tonight and get it uploaded so that it's like ready to go, but like sometimes it just takes forever on YouTube to process like the HD and whatever, so I tend to just like I forget and then go to sleep, and then I work. If I'm working, like if there's no show or event or anything and I'm working, I go in at 8. I work like 8 to 4. And you know, we'll just do various things. We'll fix things that need fixed, or we'll tidy things up that need tidied up, or you know, excuse me. We just call it like admin hours. Anyway, but obviously, if it's an event or a show, it just really depends on the call time. And yeah, a lot of times I'm in there early, so it's just, or all day. So like I go in there early and I'm there all day, or I go in there early and I'm there till 4. And my published time that I've, you know, kind of stuck with for however long has always been 3 p.m. So like I said, I work till 4 usually if I'm just working like a regular admin day. So if I forget to do the whole, I don't have the right tank in this, I think. If I always lose my train of thought when I like have to do random stuff like that. But yeah, not important. So yeah, like I'll just forget, and then I don't get it uploaded. That's why if I say that it should be up that day and it's not, it's like the next day. That's just because I know that situation. I forgot that I had did it, and I needed to, like, you know, do the description and the thumbnail and all that stuff, and I forget. So, and I can't do it when I'm not at home because all of my thumbnails, I have my thumbnails pre-made out. Like I have like up through like the 10th episode of this series, like the thumbnails are made. And if I do use my wheel, I just open that thumbnail up in GIMP and just bring the Logitech wheel to the front, or bring it up on the bring it up a layer or whatever, because it is technically embedded in every single one of my thumbnails. It's just below the main image layer. So if I do need to add the wheel, I just open it up in GIMP and just bring the wheel to the front so that you can see the wheel, and then just save it again. So that's just kind of how I've done it, and it's worked really well. And I don't know, I'm very pleased with my thumbnails. Like I kind of taught myself how to use GIMP years ago, and when I first started making YouTube videos, if you look back at my old thumbnails from, like, you know, some of my Crash Bandicoot stuff and whatever else, I was making those with Canva, which is an online, like it's a web-based, a browser-based, like graphic creation website, whatever. And it is very useful. There's a free version that you can do pretty much anything you need to do with. I did use the pro version for a bit, but then I just realized that, like, I'm capable of using GIMP, so like I started using GIMP and I just preferred it. So I canceled my Canva subscription, took anything off Canva that I needed, like my intro and outro, actually, for my videos I made on Canva, because I have no clue how to make something like that otherwise. Like, I don't even think you can do it in GIMP. If you can, it'd probably be really crude, or you need like a plugin. I know you can do that in things like, what is it, Illustrator or After Effects, but that's Adobe, and I don't really have any experience in any Adobe software. I mean, I could probably get my way through Photoshop, because GIMP is basically like a free Photoshop. Obviously it's not as good, but it does a lot of the same things Photoshop can do, and it's free. So alright, we need to find something else to do here. But yeah, I don't know, I'm always happy with my thumbnails. I feel like I always do a good job. I don't think I'm going to change the image for this thumbnail. I usually do. Like, I thought about, like, you know, getting a picture of that, because that is kind of sick. But, like, I don't really, like, I don't know. Like, I could get a picture of that, but the one I have is fine. The one I have kind of has that in it, but it has that, like, or what do I have the burlap. I don't know, it was just a stock image I found on the internet, really is what it is. I usually like to try to get my own okay, so that's the other. I guess we could do this. have to take a generator to that, though. And we need wood planks, so we could go get those. The metal beams we can get from that warehouse. I can make metal beams, too. It's kind of far. I feel like I don't have enough time to do that. We'll save that for another time. Let's see what else we've got. Okay, so that requires going to the other map. Could probably do this. Yeah, let's do this. We'll do this and then we'll end the episode, because this is probably going to take the whole time, because we're going to have to come over here, get the wood framing, drive here, get the metal rolls, and then drive back over. Alright. Although I am going the wrong direction. Well, I guess we could go... Yeah, let's just keep going this way. Instead of turning around, we'll just go this way. We'll get the metal rolls first, and then we'll go get the planks. Unless there's planks that are on the way. There's something on that. That's whatever. If there's a trailer around and I know it's there, but like I hate semi-trailers because I almost never have a saddle on a truck. I just prefer this setup. This is like my favorite setup. Obviously this is a mod, the trailer is, but it's probably the best trailer mod that's out there. It's Olsom's trailer pack. It's in my description. If you want a link, it'll take you to the mod.io and you can just log in with your mod.io account and add it. And then it'll show up in your game. Or you can find it on the game's mod browser as well, but it's just really good. It has 4-slot trailers like this. It has a 6-slot trailer, which I don't really like using. I only use it if I have to, if it's like a particularly big load and I don't want to do more than one trip. But yeah, this is, this is 6 slots here, so it's just nice. I just prefer it over the like a semi-trailer method. Because like there is a 6-slot semi, like I could use a 6-slot semi and have the exact same, but I feel like I have more articulation with this, if that makes sense. Like I don't know, I have more maneuverability with this than I do with a semi-trailer. Granted, I'm much better at backing up semi-trailers. I suck at backing up these dolly trailers. Even with this having the dolly pivot lock, it's still so hard to back these trailers up, so I usually don't, but okay, so we need 1 metal beam, and then we need to do that, and then, damn it, did not mean to do that. Alright, and then we need wooden planks, which we'll get. We'll have to go across the bridge, go get them, and then go back across. Or no, I guess we don't. Do we have to go back across the bridge? I don't know. I don't remember. I don't think we do. I think once we cross the bridge, we're over there, and then we stay over there. Pretty sure. Must be able to make planks at that one. Probably can, but we'll just go pick them up from the... Uh-oh. Okay, it disappeared. I don't know. I hope no one's upset about me stopping playing Expeditions. I just genuinely, like, I have no motivation to record it, if I'm being completely honest, and I feel like it'd be forced. When it comes to SnowRunner, like, I have no issues ever playing this game. And I will always find something to talk about when it comes to playing SnowRunner, because SnowRunner is such a mindless game to me. I've played it for so long, and I just, like, even though I've never done this region before, it's, you know, it's, once you have a real strong grasp of this game, like, it's just, you know, you don't really have to think about it a lot. You just know what you need to do, and you drive to where you need to go, and you drop things off where you need to go. I do drive past things a lot, but, you know, it's just mostly because I'm talking and not paying attention to where I'm driving. And I honestly do that in real life, too. So it's kind of funny that it correlates to this game. And I don't mean to say, like, I'm, you know... What? Oh, I was so confused. I don't mean to say, like, I don't pay attention when I'm driving in real life, because I do. But, like, I do it all the time. It drives my wife crazy. Damn it. We'll be talking. I swear I heard a noise. Oh my gosh. Allergies are still giving me issues. It happens when I talk a lot, so part of it. But yeah, my wife gets so annoyed when I do it, because, like, we'll be talking about something, or I'll be telling a story about work, or, you know, something I read, and I'll just totally drive past the turn I needed to take or whatever. And then, you know, I'm paying attention to where I'm driving. I'm just, like, I'm not actively thinking about where I need to be turning. So, like, I just, you know, I'll just drive past it. And I do that on this game all the time. So, no, I do have to go back over. Okay. But yeah, it's kind of funny that I do it in this game too. I literally did it today, actually. We had to go to, where did we go today? Sam's Club? Yeah. And I should have turned, or no, this was when we were going to go to Lowe's. And there was a road I should have turned on, because otherwise I was going to have to go down the road further and then take another road, and then I would have had to turn, like, left at a stoplight, and it was just where, if I would have turned left earlier, I would have avoided all of that, and it would have been, like, all right turns. So I ended up, like, adjusting and, like, turning in another spot earlier so that I could get back to that original path. But it was just funny, like, my wife just, you know, just rolls her eyes, and it's like, you are so ridiculous. And but it's just like, I don't know, I just get distracted, I guess. Like, distracted in the sense of, like, I'm more thinking about telling the story or whatever I'm talking about than thinking about my, like, next, I don't know, it sounds really bad. Anyway I try to explain it, it sounds really bad. I promise I am paying attention to where I'm, like, to driving. I am actively focused on the road, you know, ahead of me, down the road. Like, I'm paying attention to what other people are doing. But I just, like, I don't know, I just, let me know if you're the same way, because it's odd. And I don't really know how to explain it other than, like, what I'm trying to explain, but it just still sounds bad every time. Like, it sounds like I'm not paying attention to where I'm driving, and, like, that's not the case, because I am totally paying attention to where I'm driving. I'm just not paying attention to the route I should be taking to where I'm driving. I'm just, like, mindlessly driving. See, that sounds so bad. I'm gonna stop talking about it. It sounds horrible. But I've never been in, like, you know, like, I say this and people will be like, oh, you should knock on wood, but I'm not really superstitious either. But I mean, I have been in a couple, like, accidents, but they were, like, fender benders, and none of them were ever deemed my fault. One of them was it was in an older style Martin's gas station in, like, the parking lot. And Martin's is a grocery store where I live. They're owned by the Giant company, so there's also Giant. It's another grocery store. They're literally the same. Some are called Giant, some are called Martin's. I don't really know why. That's just how it is. But anyway, the one in the town I grew up in, it was an old Martin's. It's not a Martin's anymore. Now it's a Tractor Supply, I think, and they built a new Martin's in a different location in the same town. But the old Martin's, it had, when they first like put in gas pumps, that was back in like the early 2000s, I guess. I was in high school, so 2004-ish, somewhere around there. They put in these gas pumps, and there was no like it was literally just in the middle of the parking lot. Like there was like they just basically removed a bunch of parking spaces, and that was it. Like it was just in the middle of the parking lot. There was no curb around it at all. You could drive straight into it without any barriers or anything. And there was a lane, like one of the lanes for one of the like aisles of parking spaces went right by the very end pump on both sides. And I was sitting, I had just put gas in my car, and I drove a Dodge Neon. That was like my car when I was 16. It was my sister's car. She bought her own car because my sister's 4 years older than me, so she was like 20 years old. She had a job already, whatever. She bought her own car. And then like this car was just a car that my parents had bought her. My uncle was a used car mechanic. He had like his own car lot, own garage. So he had a bunch of used cars. So all of our cars when we were, 16 years old were all from him. They were all just used, beater cars. They were cheap, a couple $1,000s, if that, But it was a 2004 Dodge Neon. It wasn't a terrible car, but I hated it because, one, it was automatic, and I really wanted a manual. Had no idea how to drive a manual at 16, but I wanted one. And my parents refused, so they were like, you need to drive a car for a couple years first. So I was like, whatever. So I did, and then that happened, which I had that car for 2 years. I had it all through my junior year and pretty much all through my senior year. I didn't get my license until my junior year because my birthday's in April. So, I grew up in Pennsylvania. You could get your permit at 16, so, and then you have to have your permit for 6 months. So it was October of 2006, right? Yeah, October of 2006. So I was a junior in high school. But yeah, so I had that car for my junior and senior year. But anyway, I was sitting at the gas pump. I had just put gas in my car. Like literally, I probably didn't fill it up because I never did back then. I had a job, but I spent my money on other things, typically, that high school kids would spend their money on. Not really going to say much more about it other than that. But anyway, yeah, so I was going to go do some... I don't even actually remember what I was doing, but I needed to get gas anyway. I was probably going to go see a friend, hang out, do whatever we were going to do. I have no idea. This was, if I was 16, well, no, I would have been, I was 18 when this happened, because this happened like 2 weeks before, or it was like a month before graduating high school. It was my senior year when this happened. Oh, I heard about this actually. These watchtowers are... Alright, I'll finish this story. But yeah, so I was sitting at the gas pump, and I had just got gas put in the car, and I, walked my gas fill cap was on the passenger side. So I walked, back around to the front of my car or the back of my car, whichever, to get to the driver's door. Got in the driver's seat, sat down, literally was like reaching for my seatbelt, and I got hit, like sideswiped. Did not even move my car. I had turned my car on, was putting my seatbelt on, and like was about to shift into drive, and I got sideswiped. And like I was sitting at the gas pump, had not moved my car at all. It was still in park. Like I was about to put it in drive when this happened. And the guy, he was driving, it was like a Ford Ranger, like it was like a little truck. And the guy, he was with his wife, I assume, I don't know, but he like jumps out of the car and just starts like yelling at me like it was my fault. And I was like, dude, I didn't even move. And granted, I'm like an 18-year-old, like in this 50, 60-year-old man's just like yelling at me in this parking lot. The gas station attendant came out and was like, I don't remember exactly what they said. I think it was a female, but I think she was like, dude, he didn't even move. Like, he had just gotten back in his car and you hit him. Like, he didn't even move his car at all. He's still sitting beside the gas pump. Anyway, long story short, he called the police. The police came. The police was like, did you even move your car? And I was like, no, I literally got back in my car like 10 seconds before he hit me. So, like, if I, like, I would have probably been dead if I didn't get back in the car in time, you know? But anyway, he didn't charge the guy with anything. But he dealt with him, and I didn't have to talk to him anymore. My dad and his friend, because my parents had like one of their friends over, because they were, I don't even remember what they were doing. There was either a race on or something, like a NASCAR race. My parents were big into that back then. But yeah, they were hanging out with their friends, and they were drinking. So like my parents were probably pretty drunk, but I was. At the time, we only lived like 2 minutes away from this Martin's. Like, you get in your car and drive, you turn left out of the neighborhood, and you drive like not even 2 minutes down the road, and you're in the Martin's parking lot. So it was real close. But anyway, the car, he hit me to where he hit me on the driver's side, and you couldn't even open my passenger side door after that collision. Like, it shifted like the whole front of my car over. So it was he hit me pretty good. But basically that car was essentially deemed totaled because it already had a transmission slipping issue. It would like between second and third gear it would slip. It was really annoying. So I was fine with it. We got rid of that car, and then I got my manual. I had a 1994 Honda Civic. That was what I learned to drive stick in, and I loved that car to death. And then I took that to Florida where I went to school. Drove it all the way back home after I graduated, and then it was leaking antifreeze into the it basically was gonna blow up. It was bad. So I ended up getting rid. That car had like 250,000 miles on it. Like, it was up there. But anyway, so then after that I had a Pontiac Sunfire. I don't know why I'm telling you all this, but I had a Pontiac Sunfire. It was also a stick. It was the only stick my uncle had. It was why I bought it. And then I drove that car for a little while. And then he had a 2002 white Volkswagen Golf. Just a Golf. Nothing special. Like, basic trim Golf. Manual crank windows, manual locks, I did have like a key fob, so I could unlock it with the remote, but or no, it didn't have manual locks. It had automatic locks, but it didn't have automatic windows. It had crank windows. It was a 2-door crank windows, 5-speed. Oh my god, I love that car so much. But it was burning oil in its later years, and I had my first son, and it was a pain in the ass getting him in that car because of the 2-door aspect of it, and also my driver's side seat. I don't know if you're familiar with Golfs that are 2 doors, but the driver's, like, the seat, the way you flip the seat up, there was like a little lever by the headrest that you would lift, and it would pop the seat up, and you could get back there easy. That stopped working on the driver's side. So, like, I always had to go in through the passenger side, and it was always a pain in the ass. It was just bad. So we ended up trading it in, and then I had my Passat. I love my Passat, but it's an automatic, and I just miss driving manual. But anyway, that's my whole story. I've never really been in. There was one other accident I was in that technically probably was my fault, but the lady that hit me was, one, didn't have a valid driver's license, was under the influence of something, and I don't know, the cops were like, I'm not charging you with anything because this lady doesn't even have a license. This isn't even her car. It was like her daughter's car. She was under the influence of something. They charged her with DUI. But anyway, she cut me. I was trying to get to my house. There was a school that was letting out, and like the elementary school was letting out, which was near my house at the time. And I had my friend in the car, and this was in the Civic. And I was at a point where, like, there was a YMCA, like the entrance to the YMCA was like right where the road kind of splits off into 2 lanes for the left turn straight lane and then the right turn lane. So, which I know that's kind of weird. It's usually not like that. Usually the straight and right turn lane are combined and the left turn lane separate. But in this intersection, it wasn't that way. If you wanted to go straight across the intersection, you went in the left turn straight lane. If you wanted to turn right, you would just go to the right lane, and that was the right turn lane. Well, this lady was hugging the curb like she was going in the right turn lane up to the intersection. And like I said, this happens like right at the entrance to the YMCA, this lane split. So I was like, okay, I'm going straight, because my house was literally straight across the street in this neighborhood that was right across from the YMCA. So I start to go, and then she just whips into the YMCA and like cuts me off, and I hit her. It would have technically been my fault because I kind of hit her from behind, but the cop didn't charge me because of what I said. She was under the influence. She was unlicensed, and it wasn't even her vehicle. All that I damaged on my car was like my the little, or I guess it was my whole headlight assembly, or maybe it was just the marker, like turn signal light on the side. I don't remember, but I bought a new one and put it in myself. It was very easy. I didn't dent anything else. It just broke the plastic of the light. So got that fixed. And her car, I think I broke like this, like her bumper corner or something. I don't know, but they were they were kind of trashy, let's be honest. The car was already pretty damaged to begin with, so it really didn't make much of a difference. But anyway, those are the only 2 accidents I'd ever been in my life where I was the driver, and I was never charged or at fault for any of them, so I don't know, whatever. But I'm a good driver. That was a very, 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 very long thing, and I just talked forever. You probably didn't pay any attention to it, and that's fine. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please stick around, please subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Have a good one.